6 o'clock this morning. We're gonna have to do a change of plans. There's a forest fire up around Reindeer Lake on the route that I was planning to do. So things have changed. I'm now doing a loop that goes from Nemeiben Lake around through Besnard up, and then I'll go through Otter, down past Missinipi, and then I think I'm gonna go there's a little path that goes through Sulphide and Lynx before coming back over to Nemeiben. Well, I don't know whether I'm going to get any luck or not. Looks like it's clearing that way. But when we come across this way, definitely looks like rain. Hopefully the system's moving that way and the rain clears out, because that's which way I've got to go. I got to paddle that way. Just heading up solo trip of 2022. I'm just starting to unload. I don't know how many days I'm going to be gone. I'm going to guess 10-ish, maybe. I didn't really put, I've got about 6 different routes that I can take depending on wind and weather. You can see pretty good information they're giving me here. And when we come up, I'll scroll in a little bit here. This is where we are. Nemeiben Lake. I think I said that right. Time will tell. All good. Looking forward to this. Should be a good day. All right. We're ready to roll. A little bit of rain won't stop us though. And we're off. First canoe strokes have been made. Just leaving the dock. And there's the end of the bay that I was starting from. I'm heading out that way. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Well, the winds have come up. I'm kind of sheltered a little bit around this point when you get out there. You can see the whitecaps up further. They were breaking near my gunnel, so I had to duck into an island here. Not the best camping area that I've ever seen. I'm hoping that the wind dies down and I can carry on today. Day one. This is a couple trips in a row where my day one has been not ideal. Would do a little bit of cutting just so it was a little bit easier to move around in here, because it was pretty bad. You can see where I'm talking about, that tree just so you can get through. So this was the only calm spot to pull all my stuff up. And I gotta get to that point over there. It has calmed down a little bit. I'm just waiting to see if I can make a break for it. If I can get around that point, I could probably paddle another 8 or 10K today. It's only 6 o'clock, so it'll be light till 9:30. Here's hoping. Fingers crossed, otherwise this is going to be home for the night. Well, this is kind of an interesting end to day one. Oh, should get another boomer. So I was holed up on that island. I did end up getting off of the island. It did calm down a little bit. I got around the point, wind was behind me, got in the rest of the miles that I got a few extras I'm ahead by about 3 kilometers after day one. As I got to camp, it started raining. Now, big thunderstorm going on. It's I don't know, 10 o'clock and I'm exhausted. I'm getting ready. I'm gonna go to sleep. Well, I guess I'll listen to the rain. Well, here's kind of the morning ritual. Before I even get out of the tent, I pack up all my sleeping stuff. I just have a dry bag. All my sleeping gear goes in a separate dry bag. And it's starting out just about as good as it did yesterday. Well, it was warmer yesterday when I started paddling. It rained like so much last night, and it was so windy. I didn't get a bunch of sleep. It was very loud. Well, the winds have shifted to the north, so we'll see how this goes today, and it's still blowing pretty good. I think I'll be able to get about 5K, maybe even less, before I have to wait for a break in the wind. We get into a pretty big lake once I come out of this channel. Time will tell.
Alright, so I guess it's day 2. Day 1 was travel day. Paddled 18K afterwards. Woke up, horrible storms last night, like great lightning, a lot of rain. Managed to stay dry, which was nice. Got up this morning, it's gray, overcast, a little bit of rain on and off, spitting in between. Hopefully this clears up. Still, I'm in a dead spot right here with the wind, but it's still blowing pretty good. We'll see how far I can make it. I know there's some openings coming up here that are pretty 3, 4, 5K wide. And yeah, we'll see whether or not I'm going to be able to actually paddle them or whether I'm going to hold up there. If I get holed up, I will not have paddled very far, maybe a kilometer or 2, waiting for the wind to die.
Alright, so didn't expect to see this. This is the first portage that I'm coming across, and I hope it gets better than that. So when I got in here, somebody's got an Argo parked into the trees. So obviously the pontoon boat is what he brought the Argo in. So seeing as it's an Argo, I'm hoping it's not all that. It's about 300 meters long, so it's not too terribly long, but it might be a bit of a slog. Let's see how she goes. Right, so there's a couple of boats here. I'll show you some damage in a second. The bears, they love the styrofoam. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. This is the other end of the portage. Somebody's put in quite a bit of work. Must have a cabin out here and back and forth quite a bit. So you can see getting close to the water. They've got these screws are still shiny, so it's not too terribly old. Here's what I'm talking about with the boats. They bears, they chew into the seats. They pull the styrofoam apart. I'm not sure why. They must like the smell. As we move along, here's the other thing you'll notice a lot is if you have any kind of oil canisters that are left, they love to chew on them. We'll just do a little walk. You can see the end part isn't awesome, but it's not horrible. I've definitely been on way worse than this. The middle part is really good, and then the far end is not so good again. So bit of a bonehead mistake, and I ended up having to do a triple carry here because, well, my first one I was supposed to take the paddles and the fishing net, and I forgot them, so I ended up making a second light trip with those. So you can see, you get into this part right here, excellent portage trail. If they were all like this, there'd be so many happy people that are canoeing out there. Kind of neat. So this is the first big trip that I've taken the canoe that I built on, and it's actually handling, I have a clipper as well, and I found this one handles the waves significantly better. Went through pretty good waves coming across. It's one of those things. I didn't take any video of it because my wife would kill me if she saw how big it was. Anyways, that's the Portage Trail. There's the Argo again. So out on the point there, you can see the, oh, I don't know how well you can see. The waves are just rolling. I got to get up and around this point. I'm gonna stop and have lunch and maybe wait a little while, see if the wind dies down. Because right now, it's everything I could go with against the current, against the wind. I couldn't make much ground, so instead of wasting a ton of energy, I'll maybe wait for the wind to die. I was lucky to find this because it's all muskegee marsh like this, and then I found this little outcrop of rock. At least I can get on someplace dry and wait this out. All right, weather hasn't cooperated. Day 2, I think I've only got about 12K in. I only have, say, 20 more to go. Don't know whether that'll happen today. Well, when you're windbound, you can make yourself a freeze-dried meal for lunch. Take it easy, it's not raining. Enjoy a meal. Even if it's windy, it's still beautiful out here. You get to see, I bet you, well, less than 0.1% of the people in Saskatchewan get to see what I'm seeing right now. Pretty cool. Not very, once you're off of Nemeiben, probably not many people are coming through here on a regular basis. It'd be nice if the wind dies down. It's good. Just so you know, these barrels, they're perfect for sitting on. So if you're ever wondering, perfect seat. If you're just stopping for a little while, don't have to dig a chair out. If you bring a chair, sit and relax. Oh, it's August 5th. I'm in a puffer jacket, a toucan. Tells you how warm it is out. It is supposed to get nicer. I can see the clouds are breaking. I can actually see a little bit of blue sky up off to the north, so fingers crossed that'll clear off, and maybe tomorrow I get a nice day with low winds. The first 2 days, winds have been awful. Well, it turns out the spot that I stopped to rest is okay. You got little raspberries. I found some strawberries. It looks like most of the strawberries have already dropped, unfortunately, but there were still a few that I was able to salvage and grab. So my dessert has been fantastic so far. And to make things even better, we got a bunch of wild blueberries. Oh, they're so good. They're just in season. They're perfect. And there's tons of them. So I had my lunch, and now I'm gorging on these guys. Off to the north. I don't know whether you can see it or not, but it does definitely look like it's starting to clear and the winds are dropping off. I don't have the huge white caps. Give it a little bit longer, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to paddle. Perfect. Okay, so end of day 2. Put up with all that wind, the waves, getting windbound for a while, and this is all worth it. What a great camp spot. And the wind has died right off now tonight. Hopefully tomorrow morning it's down. I'm gonna get up early and go. And a spectacular sunset. Nice calm water.